What is up, everybody? Here with the 23rd shelf of my TV series movie collection. Starting off with the first season of The Closer. Absolutely phenomenal cop show or procedural drama, whatever you want to call it, with Kyra Sedgwick. This was on TNT. And at first, when my parents were super into this show, and at first I was kind of suspect on whether or not I'd like it. But I absolutely love this show. Great chemistry, amazing cast. Flows really well, even better than like a Law and Order and all that. So definitely worth checking this show out if you haven't seen it before. It ran for a long time too. It was TNT's best drama. Then we've got season 2 of The Closer. This is when TNT was trying to make all of its own shows, and it had a real big string of shows in a row once this show did really well. Great cover art for these as well. Then we've got season 3. And I'm not really a big Kyra Sedgwick fan either, so she does amazing in this show though. And then we've got season 4. And season 5. I'd say the beginning seasons kind of averaged around 13 to 15 episodes a season, and then as the show went on, it got longer and longer. And here's the 7th and final season of The Closer. And it was only the 7th and final season because it was Kyra Sedgwick's last season. The show did continue without her, continued with her instead, and continued under Major Crimes for another 6 years after this. Because then we have the first season of Major Crimes. And again, I thought with Kyra Sedgwick leaving that this show would not do well. And I was completely wrong. It showed that the cast could work together well with anybody, and proved it really well here with Mary McDonnell. And then we've got season 2. Seeing as you can see, the seasons are, especially with this show, are getting a lot longer. Almost where there are full 23 to 24 episodes a season. Then we got season 3. And season 4. Season 5. And season 6, which was the final season of this show now as well then. Always sad to see a great show go. Then we have the first season of In Plain Sight. Amazing show. Mary McCormack, I first kind of became aware of her in The West Wing. And I forgot what his name, I think it's not Peter Weller. Peter Weller's son, though, is her co-star in this show, and he's amazing. He's hilarious in this show. He kind of makes this show, in my opinion. But definitely another show worth checking out. Not as good as The Closer, but still very close. This was on USA Network. And we got season 2 of In Plain Sight. I say this is back when some of those cable networks were making their own shows. They've kind of dropped out of the game now with viewership dropping, so it's a lot of reality TV or cheaper shows. And we got season 3 of In Plain Sight. and season 4. And these were shorter seasons. They were only like 10 to 13 episodes a season. They didn't get longer than that. And then we've got season 5, which was the last season of this show. And then we have a favorite of mine, Southland. Amazing show, very well written, very controversial show as well, which is why it says uncensored. This first season was on NBC, and I guess it didn't do well there, so they canceled it. So that surprised me that it didn't do well. It was on, I think this was the show that replaced ER initially. When ER was first canceled, I guess it was because it wasn't ER that maybe it didn't do as well as they thought it would. But then we got seasons 2, 3, and 4, and this is when TNT picked it up. And it did really well on TNT, I guess. Yes, Lucy Liu was in this show. Surprisingly, she did a TV show. But very solid show if you haven't seen it before. If you're a fan of like The Shield, you'd love this show. But that does it for this shelf. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. I am also over on Letterboxd. The link to that is in the profile description of this channel. Otherwise, until next time, guys.